We're going to go straight to the front of the Australian and we'll whip through the main papers and how they've treated this big news. There it is, cost of beating virus, recession. Nation braces for worse, end of 3 decades of growth, mini budget pushed back. And of course, Adam Crichton, the economics editor for The Australian, says not too bad, but prepare for pain. Josh Frydenberg has conceded the cost of our efforts to deal with the worst of COVID-19 has given us our first recession in 30 years. Caleb, quite a challenging day, I would imagine, for a Treasurer today when you have to utter those words that, of course, the very famous former Treasurer and former Prime Minister, Mr Paul Keating, uttered 28, 29 years ago as well.
Indeed, and of course they're words that Treasurers for 30 years have been avoiding saying. I mean, no Treasurer wants to stand up in front of the press and be beamed out to their people saying, I'm sorry, but we are going backwards, because it only spells disaster and doom for Australian people. An economy going backwards means less money for them to spend. It means an economy that does not allow for jobs expansion. It means an economy that perhaps doesn't allow people to get into the housing market. There are so many things that a recession does to a country, but it was always a matter of when, not if. This was always going to happen. And we've sat here, I think, on this show for about 2 years as the Reserve Bank has continually dropped interest rates. And the only reason the Reserve Bank has continually dropped interest rates is because the economy was slowing down. We weren't necessarily looking down the barrel of an immediate recession, but there were definitely measures that had to be taken to make sure that the economy did keep growing. We've hit a problem here where obviously growth simply is not possible. The theory of eternal growth is excellent, and a lot of people banked on it. Investors, people in property. I mean, so many people who will be hurt by coronavirus had all of their life savings based on eternal growth, and we've hit a point, of course, where that simply isn't happening. It's going to hurt a lot of people, but I think we can take some solace in the fact that, at least in the early stages, we're only looking at a pretty small recession. I mean, 0.3% really is a miracle, and that will get worse, as we've been told, in the next quarter, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse.